And we're back, guys. Tennis in a minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. I give you the rundown on tennis coverage every day. I report the good and the bad, both angles. You gotta love it. Now, we're in Chile, Colina. That's right, guys. This is a clay tournament in November. Now, we already know the cutoff point for the Australian Open is over. So if you're going to make the Australian Open tournament, you're going to have to go through qualifiers and win your spot. But Podoroska does not have to worry about it. She's the world's ranked 78th. She's been as high as 36th. She's won 4 of her last 10. She's approaching 400 wins on her career. She's the 3rd seed in this tournament. 34-31 on the year. Taking on Perrin, who's a veteran, guys. Approaching 600 wins on her career. 400 wins on clay. She's 32-28 on the year. She's won 4 of her last 10. She's had 3 30-win seasons. Now, listen, guys, she's swelled up in the rankings, 340th, but we've seen her as high as 134. She's a solid player, and we're seeing a lot of the underdogs here in Colina win sets. That's right. Good value on the underdogs, ladies and gentlemen. Now, listen, take a look at the community. There's been a lot of discussion with the Simona Halep controversy, and the question I pose for survey is, should players that break the rules be given a clean slate after they apologize? Because we all know right now in this age of, instant gratification, people want to win and they're doing anything possible to win. And it's not necessarily ethical. And it's my job to report the good or the bad. So answer that question in the community. And listen, guys, if you're biased, don't answer. We want people with integrity that actually want to have good discussions. Now, here in Colina, guys, who's going to win it? We have the number 1 seed, Mayar Sharif. She's coming up. And right now, Podoroska, she's being pushed. This is definitely look like it's headed towards 3 sets. Now, what about Laura Pigossi, guys? She's a Brazilian clay player, clay expert. She's got 23 clay championships. She's got nearly 40 championships on her career. She's solid, guys. Yes, she's dropped in the rankings. She's going to have to qualify for the Australian Open, but she's been as high as ranked 100 on tour. She's currently ranked 136. Having a 500-win season, guys, which she's approaching 300 wins. She's won 5 of her last 10. And right now, guys, she's winning about 60% of her first serves, 56% of her second serves. She's taking on Monnet, the French woman, Bonjour, comment allez-vous, who, listen, guys, struggling a bit, 184 on the world ranking. Listen, barely 500. She's won 3 of her last 10, but she's got a couple clay championships. She's a solid player, but again, struggling to get her first serves in play, only winning about 40% of her second serves. But again, as an underdog, she wins a set. This is some good tennis here. I'm excited to see Mayar Sharif come out and play next. She released a statement along with Ange Jabeur. We want peace overseas. There's a lot going on in the world right now, a ton. But let's keep this to tennis, guys. Do you think, another question, casual tennis fans are hurting the sport? Because we're trying to figure out why the WTA just isn't growing and getting popular. Is it the casual fans that only watch highlights and don't really have an understanding of the game or want to support the game? Because if you follow the channel here, guys, I have thousands of videos. We talk about the good, the bad. I have and look, 99% of the videos here, we're talking about how good these players are, their athletic ability, their skills. 99% of the videos, we're highlighting these talented professionals. The 1%, we got to talk about the news stories, the things you're doing, and mixing a little bit of opinions in there. But what do you think, guys? Are casual fans hurting the game? Because they're not really supporting the game. They only watch highlights. We need people watching these matches and coming out to support these players. But check out the community. Answer the poll there. Do you think players that break the rules should be given a clean slate when they apologize? Tennis in a minute. Stay tuned. More tennis from Chile. We'll be back.